Hello and welcome to this week's video. Today I'm taking it back to basics and I'm sharing my top 10 tips for perfect cupcakes every time. These beauties have lovely flat tops for decorating on, plus a light and fluffy texture inside. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, then please do hit that button and turn on all notifications so you never miss a video. Let's kick off with tip number 1. Make sure all your ingredients are at room temperature. You hear this all the time, but why do we do it? It allows us to mix our ingredients better, it gives a lighter, fluffier cupcake, and it also stops the mix from curdling. Just remember, room temperature is around 20 degrees centigrade, so keep this in mind during the hotter months. You want your butter to still hold its shape, but soft enough to be able to whip up. Tip number 2 is to weigh your ingredients and follow the recipe. Things like flour and sugar can have drastically different weight differences when scooped into cups depending on if it's packed down or it isn't. Weighing it ensures that the correct amount is used every time. Tip 3 is to not overmix, but also don't undermix. So how do you know how much is enough? Cream your butter and sugar together for around 5 minutes until it becomes pale and fluffy. This also introduces a lot of air into your mixture. Then add in your eggs and flour and then mix these until they're just combined. Overmixing will build gluten and make your cakes gummy and dense. If you prefer, you could use a stand mixer to cream the butter and the sugar and the eggs, and then use a spatula to fold in the flour by hand until no lumps or pockets of flour remain. Tip 4 is to only fill your cases 2/3 full. Your cupcakes need room to expand, so either use a scoop or weigh them to make sure that they are evenly filled. I've got this really handy ice cream scoop which holds about 3 to 4 tablespoons of batter and is perfect for the larger cupcakes. Tip 5 is to make sure that your oven is properly preheated and to bake low and slow. I have a fan assisted oven and I bake at around 150 degrees for approximately 22 to 25 minutes. This is around 170 degrees conventional, around 325 degrees Fahrenheit and gas Mark III. Reducing the temperature will stop that dome on top and give you a lovely flat surface, perfect for piping on. Tip 6 is to bake in the centre of the oven. Placing your cakes too high or low in the oven can cause them to catch and burn. The more the heat can circulate around the cakes, the more even your bake will be. Tip 7 is to not overbake. Cupcakes can go from being done to overbaked in minutes. To check if your cupcakes are done, insert a skewer into the cupcake. If it comes out clean, it's done. If it still has a few crumbs on, leave it for a few minutes more and test again. Tip 8 is to not let your cupcakes cool completely in the tin. The heat from the tin will continue cooking your cupcakes and can overbake them. It can also cause sweating and peeling of the cases. I tend to let them cool for around a minute just so I don't burn myself, and then I carefully transfer them over to a rack to cool completely. Tip 9 is to store your cupcakes correctly. If you're not decorating them straight away, once cooled, wrap in cling film or store in an airtight container. They will be fine at room temperature for 1 to 2 days, or you can freeze them for 3 to 6 months. Just make sure that they are allowed to come to room temperature before decorating and eat within 1 to 2 days. And my final tip, tip number 10, when decorating, frost the whole top. The buttercream acts as a barrier from the air, so frosting the whole top will keep your cupcake from drying out as quickly. Now you have your perfect cupcakes, all that's left to do is to decorate them. I created these beautiful fall cupcakes, and if you'd like to create these too, I have a tutorial of this on my channel as well. I really hope all these tips help you create the perfect cupcakes. Do check out my channel for more cake tutorials, recipes and more.